Has John Carpenter's comments about Halloween Ends riled up all the fans? Let's talk about it.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Night Watch Zone.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about the news that we have heard from the lips of the legendary filmmaker John Carpenter, one of my favorite directors of all time. And obviously, anytime there's, any type of news or reports about what's going to be happening with Halloween Ends, I mean, this is just big stuff. So I want to reference what a lot of people have been talking about, take my time here and go over this with you guys. So I'm going to bring this up. It's the article that is in Bloody Disgusting. It's all over the place. And it's literally telling us, what John Carpenter is thinking about with this movie, what he's saying, and so forth. So it says, John Carpenter says Halloween Ends is a departure from the previous movies. A departure. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this article. With the release just 3 months away, the marketing campaign for Halloween Ends will begin very soon. I really do hope so. Michael's return dated for theatrical release October 14th, 2022. Speaking with Sci-Fi Wire this week, John Carpenter, who composed the score alongside Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies, provides his own little tease while you wait. Okay, so this is what he says. I just want to make sure that we're clear on this. John Carpenter says, quote, "You'll see it's a departure from the others. It's interesting. Dave is a really good director. I love working with him," Carpenter tells the site, playing it coy as always. Now, the article goes on to say, a little bit more. You guys can check out the article on Bloody Disgusting, and I'm sure it's available on a bunch of other sites too. It talked about how Nick Castle had recently said that Ends will be a surprising conclusion to the trilogy. Chris Nelson similarly was talking about the third installment being different and weird, and so forth and so forth. So what does this all mean? Well, look, guys, I'm gonna tell you what. And I know a lot of people are really nervous. Some of my good friends are getting really nervous about this. I was just on live stream with my man I Like Scary. We were talking about a little bit of this, and he's getting a little nervous. And I mean, it's crazy out there. But I'm going to tell you what, guys, and I could be totally wrong. So I'm just going to put that out there right now. I could be totally wrong, but I'm not really nervous. I'm not really nervous. I think this is all par for the course. I think when you talk about a new movie, how many times have we heard that with a new movie, especially in a long-standing franchise? And I'm not even just talking about horror. I'm talking about pretty much any genre where an actor or an actress or a director or a producer or someone involved with the film will always say, well, this is the one that's gonna shock everyone. People are going to be running in the streets like mad people, and so forth and so forth. Now, I'm not saying that this movie isn't going to do some things that are a little bit different, because I think this trilogy has done some things that have been, very different for this franchise, this long-standing franchise, 45 years. But, I put it this way, I'm not nervous because of the fact that I'm thinking that it's going to do something super bonkers crazy. We've heard rumors about, Michael dying in the beginning of the movie and all this type of stuff. And again, it could happen. I don't think it's going to happen. When I go to that theater, I'm not expecting to see something crazy like that. I'm expecting to see a movie that continues this storyline. It has the 4-year time jump. It's going to have, a showdown with Laurie and Michael and Allison. You're going to have these secondary characters like Hawkins and Lindsay. They're going to have their moments in the film. It might be a little bit more psychological, but I think that the story choices that they're going to have that are surprising, I think it's going to work within what they've been building. Now, The one thing that will be different is I think this movie is going to be a lot more, in the lines with Halloween 78. And they have talked about that as well, that this is going to be a more contained and more intimate movie. And I do expect to see that. I do expect to see it kind of slow down and take its time. Kills was like on steroids. That was Michael's movie on steroids. Everybody's dying. All the kills were, bombastic, and Michael is stabbing people, 5 times, trying to find out which knife he wants to use, all those types of things. I don't see that happening in Halloween Ends to that degree. I think he's going to be very intense, and I think there's going to be reasons for that, which I've spoke about in my other videos, but I don't see him facing off against the town of Haddonfield like he did in Halloween Kills. And I think it's going to be a lot more of the stalking and the anticipation of what's going to happen, which is a great way to end this trilogy. Now, that might be what's a little surprising, because really most of the movies in this franchise, pretty much all of them, kind of got away from that aesthetic in the original, and that's what franchises do a lot of times. They kind of build bigger and make things more crazy and so forth and so forth, especially when you're talking about horror. But I think this movie is actually going to turn a dime on this thing and bring it back to its roots. And we haven't seen that since the original movie. And Halloween 2 obviously kind of continued that. So I think those are the types of things that are going to be surprising. They might talk a little bit about the mythology, of Michael Myers, and kind of getting into what that means. Saw a little bit of that at the end of Halloween Kills. But look, like I said, I'm not nervous. Even with Carpenter saying that, John Carpenter, he's going to say those types of things. He's been saying a lot of different things, with 2018 and Kills, and we survived those movies. So anyways, what I'm curious about is what you guys think. Do you think that this movie is going to be like totally turn on its side? As Halloween fans, are you nervous? Should we be nervous, and why? What do you guys think is going to be, so surprising, and like what Chris Nelson was saying, what's going to be weird and different and so forth? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and we'll have a conversation about it. But I'm not nervous. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen. I could be in that theater and friggin', toss my popcorn and stuff like that. Who knows? But I think that this is just par for the course. Actors, directors, filmmakers, they do this type of thing with all their movies, especially when it's a sequel and a long-standing franchise. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please give the video a like if you haven't. That would help support the channel, and I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to the Nightwatch Zone, what are you doing? This is the time to do it. And we're having a bunch of fun talking about Halloween in my videos and also on live stream. So please do that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace.